And here we are.
We are here.
We are here.
We're all here.
The gang's back together.
Let me make sure. Hold on.
Three of us.
The big thing is that I'm not slouching, right?
Yes.
That's right.
You have
Shoulders together.
Shoulders together. Look nice and...
What was that tip you gave me?
Engage the core. Point your nipples at the doorknob.
Nipples at the doorknob.
This is the only
For those
way.
of you who don't know, there's a door right behind the camera, so that's why. And I usually look like an absolute pig when I look back at these videos. So I'm trying not to look as heavy. So there we go.
You got to show off your gym gains.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm like, ooh, I've been going to the gym. Yeah, for those just listening, that doesn't... Can you guys make it sound... Like, for everyone listening, just make it seem like I'm like...
Whoa.
Yeah. Can you check this one out?
Incredible.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
Right?
Hello.
Can you give us a front double by?
Yeah, here, let me just...
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's on
wow.
trend.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's taking trend.
What can I say?
He's on the sauce.
Oh, God. Am I on the sauce? I hope I'm not on the sauce.
We don't need to do a natty or not. We know the answer.
No filter required because we know that he is juicing.
Right. Yeah.
He's
No, yeah.
juicing.
Tell that to the world. So, hey, you want to introduce our guest today?
Yes. Today we have a special
Crocs.
guest.
We have a guest,
We
another
have a
guest, ladies and gentlemen.
He is an extraordinaire. He is a Juris Doctor. He is a wonderful husband, father, older brother.
Wow.
My brother, Daniel Norman Fogg.
Thank you for having me on the podcast.
I feel like
This
I
is
need
a
to
treat.
play. I need to insert studio applause after that. There needed to be studio applause.
Can we get a
God.
daytime TV laugh track?
Yeah, I can definitely put that in.
We just-
Yeah, I can do that for you. I'll put it right here.
That's
where
right.
it'll
You do that to me.
That's where it's going to be.
We just need one of those soundboards to hit that bruh button.
Bruh.
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 Walking slush. Anyway, thanks for being on the podcast, man.
It's my pleasure.
This was the other thing I didn't say. I always do this. We always end up like looking over there, but we're talking to each other. You know?
Yeah.
So we can have conversations. Just
That's
saying.
good.
Yeah.
Eye contact.
Eye contact.
Firm handshake, eye contact.
Yeah. Let's practice.
Uncomfortably long eye contact. Do you have staring contests with your kid?
No, not yet. No, absolutely not. She doesn't have the attention span for that, actually. I would just dominate in every staring contest. And I don't want her to automatically feel like life is a losing game.
That's why.
I want her to feel like she has a chance.
set her up for success.
Right. I don't want to just dominate at every contest at home and then have her go out and be like, I couldn't even beat my dad in a staring contest. What else am I supposed to do? So no, we haven't done that yet.
She doesn't need to know that the world is a dark place where you don't win every time.
Not yet. No, right now she thinks that she is the queen of everything, and I want her to feel that way. So it's working out.
That's
Boom.
good dad vibes.
I think that's great parenting. Yeah.
Absolutely. But you are the father of a wonderful son.
I am.
Yes.
He's 19 months old. He'll be 2 in August.
Where does the time go?
I know. So we're trying to get Theodore to talk right now in between him taking food that we offer him out of our hand and throwing it on the floor. So
It's a delicate balance.
yeah. So funny story. My boss is fond of people's what's the word? Fairy tale dreams being shattered. And so
Wow.
and so
Say it lightly.
and so when she meets kids who haven't figured out how to pick things up and throw them on the floor yet, she takes her time with this child when she's visiting and shows them you can pick it up and it doesn't have to stay there. It can go on the floor.
Wow. Okay, we're trying to teach our daughter the opposite of that. Not everything goes on the floor.
That's true.
We're because her way of letting us know that she's done with anything is just that. Like she'll sit in her chair and she'll be eating and she'll be doing a great job. And then when she's done, she'll just look you dead in the eye
Yes.
and throw it
Unbroken eye
violently
contact.
on the floor.
Threw it on the ground.
Yeah.
Theodore, he's over the shoulder.
Oh.
Like the salt, like it's
Wow.
like a
Italian.
yeah, I was like
Superstitious.
yes, like a European superstition. Like
Yeah.
you gotta get all the bad juju out, or you gotta
Yeah.
throw salt hard enough to put the eye out of the spirit.
That's following you around.
yeah, that's getting
Yeah,
after
yeah,
you. Yeah.
Wow.
But
That's-
he gets some pretty high speeds out of it.
Really?
I've watched some blocks tumble and take head straight for the recycling bin.
It's like he's recalling the war. Like, let me tell you, son, I've seen some blocks tumble. I've seen some eggs fly at such high speeds they'll end your life, boy. You ain't seen nothing till you seen 60-mile-an-hour pretzels.
He's a big fan of things which are covered in breading and salted right now. So
Okay.
Before he was 1, it was no holds barred. Everything was for dinner. Fruit, vegetables, smoothies, meat,
Yeah.
any kind of meat. Texture didn't matter. Rice, he wanted it. But now we're on a
Chicken nugget.
Any kind of meat, texture didn't matter. There's so much precision.
That's right. We go through. Once upon a time we went through. This isn't a true story. We go through all this organ meat, and he would just wolf it down.
Wow.
But now it's all chicken nuggets. If someone can tell me how to invest in dino nuggets, I want stock in dino nuggets.
Hey, if you know, and you're watching this or you're listening,
Let us
please,
know.
please comment.
Sponsor us.
All of us need Dino Nuggy stock.
Please help.
Dino Nuggets are in a league of their own.
They're high class. I had one of my buddies in high school. His family was from India, and his mom would make fried rice when we'd come over and visit. Really sweet lady, great cook. And for the protein, he had 2 younger sisters, both elementary school aged. And so for protein, you just got Dino Nuggies in your fried rice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dino fried rice.
Yeah.
I haven't whipped that one up yet.
Yeah.
I gotta throw that. I feel like, but yeah, like Dino Nuggy fried rice with some kimchi.
Yes. Ooh.
That
How
would
to be an adult
fantastic.
and a child at the same time.
Yeah.
I didn't start liking kimchi until like last year. Mm-hmm. So I consider that to be like a pretty adult thing, is kimchi. So kimchi for the adultness in you, Dino Nuggies for the childness in you, the childlikeness. It's the generational meal of champions. Dino Nuggy fried rice. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
You heard it here.
Tweet, Instagram,
Yeah,
TikTok,
please send that out.
TikTok your kimchi Dino Nuggie fried rice recipes to
Yes. Oh, yeah. Stitch this with your Dino Nuggy fried rice, please.
We want to
Yeah.
see it, folks. We wanna see it.
Recipe. Cook with us. Dine with us. All of that good stuff.
Where's your Cabela's hat, bro?
So, okay.
You have a Cabela's hat?
Listen.
I'm wearing my Cabela's hat today because I got a surprise credit card.
I thought you had to ask for those.
Well, no. It was a surprise because we walked into Cabela's. We're like, let's just look around. We just finished like our shooting course.
You thought you could walk
And
out.
they were like, hey, if you sign up for a credit card, you get these free gifts. We'll give you this hat and this multi-tool. And
When
I
I
was like,
signed up, I got a koozie. I did not get a multi-tool.
Yeah.
This is a bunch of baloney. I went in to buy my ammo for the class. I signed up for the credit card because it meant I could buy 100 rounds of 9mm ammo for $8. And so I signed up and I got a koozie and a hat. He gets a multi-tool.
where's your koozie, bro?
Is it a good multi-tool? Is it legit?
It's not bad. Yeah. I mean, it's not a Leatherman, but it's
Yeah.
not bad. It's like a good backup piece,
Yeah.
you know, to have in your car or whatever.
I was given a Leatherman, like the real deal.
Yeah.
It had the paracord, the whole 9 yards, and I lost it at some point. It's heartbreak.
What kind of man?
Dude, I had a bunch of one of my buddies actually braided the paracord on it for me because that was his OCD need.
I think that's the manliest thing that you can do is braid paracord.
Hey man, you want to come over and braid my paracord
Hey man,
later?
let's get together and braid some paracord. So anyway, so we walk into Cabela's and the lady offers me the thing and I'm like, I'm not going to get approved because I don't have the best credit in the world. And she was like, even if you don't get approved, we still give you the gifts. So I was like, what is there to lose?
Free 50.
What is there to lose? So I signed up and immediately got approved.
Nice.
So then I was like, oh, Oops.
Uh-oh.
Well, okay.
Looks
they were
like-
like, yeah, you have a credit limit of like $2,000 here at Cabela's, and I was like,
Mistake.
So Jonathan kept me from buying like 4 ARs that day.
Dude,
I was tempted.
there is a big temptation, yes, but since the LA trip, we have been on the struggle bus of the college meals, and it was gas was $4.50 plus in LA.
Kimchi fried rice isn't a choice. It's a necessity.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Dino Nugget
Exactly.
fried rice is keeping us alive.
It's a mindset.
The grind
The
set.
grind set 2K 23?
23, yeah.
23. For some reason, for the past week, I've thought it was 2024.
Already?
Like in my head, it's 2024. I don't know why.
Was it the season change?
Probably. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's warm now, so I figured,
Finally, it's
Another year older.
warm.
We're
It's
done.
been windy
We're done
for
with
a couple
that last
weeks.
one.
Yeah, this is this winter felt like years. I usually love cold weather. I love the cold
hate
weather
it.
and the snow, and like I'm all ready to get cozy.
Here.
For the first time ever, though, this is the first time I've ever just been frickin' done with it. I'm like, I'm so over this. It only snowed when it was inconvenient.
Yeah.
It didn't snow enough to be fun. Mm-hmm. It was just cold and windy, and everybody was upset. So I was ready for it to be warm so that I can start working on our yard in vain, but at least I can work on it.
I've got a bunch of weeds that need pulling, and when the sun started coming out and they started multiplying, no.
So we have goat heads.
Yeah.
We have like, if you don't know what goat heads are,
The devil.
puncture vine. It's also called puncture vine.
The devil.
And they're these little weeds that they grow in like they just spread along the ground, and then they dry up, and they're these little spiky balls that stick to your shoes and your clothes, and they're not like the soft spiky balls. Like I think some people have that idea in mind. Like if you live on the East Coast, there's those soft spiky balls that fall off the trees. It's not those. They're tiny little sharp devils that go straight through your heel if you step on them, and you will trek them into your house.
It's guaranteed that your bicycle tube
Yes.
toast.
Gone.
That your sock toast.
Gone. Your happiness, toast. And then they spread like crazy. So our entire front and back, we're on like a half acre here, and it's all puncture vine everywhere. And so like I've tried everything to kill them. Last year, I even went as far as I went and bought another like propane tank and a propane torch.
Yeah.
And just walked around outside just torching the ground. But they don't die.
Legalize nuclear herbicide.
Please. Can we please?
We need it.
I went to war with ants a couple of years ago.
I remember that.
I was,
I remember this.
I was planting grass, and ants. We had so many ants. They were just taking all my grass seed away. They were just eating the grass seed. So I was outside. I got like liquid poison. I got dry poison. I covered our entire property in death.
I remember this because it was at the start of the pandemic. I was staying here for like days at a time because I had, nothing better to do. There was nothing open. School was, canceled. There was no work. And we were augering the front yard. We were setting up the fire pit in the backyard.
Yeah.
We were digging all of these things and setting it up. And then Ryan's like, yo, we need to get some grass seed in here. I'm like, yeah, let's get some grass.
He was very enthused.
A few weeks later, Ryan's like, hey, all the ants took my grass seed.
So I would be outside. My wife would wake up and she would walk out and look out the window, and she would see me out there shirtless, just like laser beaming holes in the ground with the like, that setting on your hose that's just like I would just be out there just absolutely flooding ant holes.
Absolute wrath.
I was enraged. I would be out there just like I had considered taking my 1911 outside and just shooting holes down into the ground, but I didn't go that far.
What are the protocols for war with ant kind?
Yeah, what are the protocols? Can I make napalm and just like blow out ant holes? Is that legal? I don't know.
I'm sure you could.
I don't know. This podcast is gonna be flagged just because I said that.
We're already flagged from the Chinese balloons.
That's right. Oh, that's right.
No.
And I said I could do the eye thing because of the Russians. Yeah, we're flagged
We're
all over
flagged
the
for
place.
sure.
It's done.
It's done.
Speaking of getting flagged, if you noticed that we have a little ad read by Ryan,
There was a little ad.
we have officially gotten the opportunity to be monetized.
You got papers.
We got papers.
You're bona fide.
And we're official.
We're real.
So thank you.
You were fake before.
We were. Oh yeah, before it was just it was a big joke.
Yeah, it was a fake
Yeah.
news.
This was all actually a prank. This was a huge prank that we were pulling off until we got monetized. And then we're like,
Ryan.
oh, now we have to stick with it.
Ryan, you have to wake up. You've been in the hospital for 4 years now.
Oh,
We missed
guys,
you.
I just had a terrible dream that I had a podcast. Oh my god! I stopped being a streamer and I went to become a podcaster. It's like the next step down. Oh my god! Yeah, what's the scale? It goes like,
What's the influencer hierarchy?
owner. Yeah, like owner of your own company.
Actor.
Hey, I'm that one. I'm that one.
Yeah.
Actor. Instagram influencer.
Right.
TikToker.
That's top 2.
Twitch streamer.
Yep.
Podcaster. And then like
Facebook Live.
oh, the Facebook Live guys that make the fake cooking videos.
Oh no.
That's the most heinous thing that
What does it
anybody
take to
does.
fake cooking?
No, literally, you know what I'm talking about, right? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I hope so.
Those videos where it's like the husband or the wife is filming, and then the other of the pair is like making some, and they're like, guys, check this out. And they're making like the most ridiculous thing in the world. They're like, if you put these hot dogs in your coffee maker and you let the hot water in the coffee maker boil the hot dogs, and then we're going to put it in a tray and we're going to add cheese and we're going to crack 1,200 eggs into it for some reason. And then we're going to pop it in the oven for 12 hours at 90 degrees. And you're like, this is preposterous. And then they pull it out and they're like, oh, wow. Breakfast for a month. Wow. And the person behind the camera is the worst actor ever. Oh, babe, that looks amazing. Babe, that's so good. And you're
The
just
Will
like,
Arnett special.
and it just keeps you watching. I don't know why. Every time I'm pissed by the end.
Wow.
So that's my rant for the
That's
day.
the rant.
There you go.
What was that page that started those time lapse cooking videos over the hot plate? And it would be the top-down camera, and they'd do all of their cooking, and it's usually something like a single pan dish, like Tasty.
Huh.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
tasty.
yeah,
Yeah.
They were after Tasty, the time-lapse video genre
Oh, yeah.
has created terrible, dark
It's given
offspring.
birth to, just absolute monsters. Content now, I don't know what it is. I think we've crossed over from like the content era into the crap tent era. Like there's no real content, I feel like, anymore.
Endless trash.
It's just endless trash. I'm pretty sure most of it is like some guy sitting in a hut in India on a laptop making like automated articles. Like, so when I'm scrolling through Instagram, there's so many articles that I click on that are like, it's just clickbait, but it's like in the worst broken English. And I'm like, how do I tell Instagram that I want to stop seeing this? And then it's like some trash article that's not even about anything, but they're just popping them out. They're popping them out like
Nonstop.
triplets on a daily.
They've got the keywords, dude.
I guess they do.
Dude, the algo's gonna find it. And
I don't know
matters.
what I'm missing.
Just hang out with an Indian dude in a hut.
I guess so. Can you guys tell us what you're doing? I don't know. I just feel like there's very few real human beings on the internet anymore. And I feel like most content on the internet is like somebody, and it might not be a guy in India in a hut, but it could be like, some 15-year-old girl who just like knew how to set up bots. And
Yeah.
all of the content is just automated. It's just
Right.
junk, just getting pumped.
Just a junk pump.
It's just a junk pump. That's the new name of the podcast, guys. Welcome to Junk Pump. I'm Junk, that's Pump. And today,
We're gonna pump some junk.
we're going to pump some junk. Hey, we didn't ask the big question. Speaking of which,
Yes, this is the most important question of
it's
the podcast.
very important. You got to ask it last time. I want to ask it this time.
I've been mentally preparing for this.
Okay.
I think.
So this is the Docs and Crocs podcast.
Yeah.
I am Docs.
I'm Crocs.
He is Crocs. You are... What,
I'm in-
what footwear do you identify as?
What are your shoe nouns?
I'm wearing lots of Ox these days. Lots of Oxford shoes. I'm in the Ox.
Oh my, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Docs, Crocs, and Ox.
So I'm I go to work most days, and I've had this pair. These are Clarks. I've had should I get him up for
Of
the
course.
camera?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
could. Yeah, you
Get
could
'em up
are
for
you
the
flexible?
camera.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
Finder, $100.
Look at that.
Oh no.
That clip's going on Feed Finder.
That's how we're paying our bills this month.
Oh no.
our Spotify for podcasters balance just went from 20 cents to 20 grand. Wow.
This is a dark day. Yeah. So these were a gift from my wonderful, lovely, thoughtful wife. She's such a good gift giver.
Really?
Yeah. She always has been. Our first Christmas. So I paint miniatures for tabletop games.
Nice.
So
like D&D stuff? Like
I've done a little bit of D&D, mostly Warhammer.
okay.
So I started buying Warhammer in high school. So like 2010, 2011.
For people who don't know what Warhammer is,
Right. Warhammer is a scheme of the British Isles to suck children of as much money as possible.
perfect.
It's a lot of fun. It's imagine chess meets Risk meets StarCraft. And I'm stealing that description from the owner of the local Warhammer brand store on the west side of town. He's a really nice
Okay.
guy. But it's part D&D. It's part it's part Risk. So imagine taking turns moving an army back and forth.
Yeah.
Either trying to destroy all of your enemy's units, capture objectives, fulfill certain victory conditions. But the whole idea of it is that it's not like playing Monopoly, right? Monopoly,
Okay.
the pieces are in the box. You just take them out. They're set up. They're ready to go. Ostensibly, you could paint your Monopoly pieces, but the whole part of the hobby is everything comes on a little plastic set. So, and they're all parts. And so you have to glue it and assemble it, and then it's unpainted. So then you have to paint it.
Yeah.
And the more time has gone by, the less I find time to actually play the game, because it's like playing a board game, like Catan
Yeah.
or.
Is it one of those ones where like you set it up and your friends could play for weeks?
Not
Like you
for
could
weeks.
keep coming back and revisiting
Yeah,
it, and
not
it stays set up on the kitchen table
not
until your
quite.
wife screams at you.
Not quite Axis and Allies levels of that commitment. More like get together for an afternoon over
okay.
beers and pretzels kind of game. Like
Okay.
spend 3 or 4 hours playing, and then the best part of it is getting great big fistfuls of dice to do things with, like hacking your opponent to
that's the
pieces or
thing.
shooting them to bits.
I've never been like a D&D guy
Yeah.
or like a tabletop
It's
like
fun.
that kind of thing, but I love the idea of owning hundreds of multicolored dice.
Yes.
So I don't know. I've thought about applying it just to my life.
Yeah.
I carried like when I was a kid, I actually did this. I carried around a little leather bag with dice in it.
Did you decide people's fate?
I liked to think that I was.
Chance
Yeah, like,
will choose.
a girl would come up to me in 3rd grade and be like, "Hey, you want a kiss on the playground?" And I'd be like, "Let's roll for it." Not today, honey. Not today, honey. Sorry. The dice say I have to go down the slide 3 more times.
That's
roll for flirtation.
Roll for flirtation.
Nat 15. No, you gotta have an 18 or higher.
That's a charisma check. Easy.
When you were explaining what you were explaining, I was looking for. I have like a set in here somewhere that's like it's a Death Star and it's a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's like a miniature model,
Oh.
like hundreds of pieces that you have to put together and then paint.
Got it. So this Star Wars X-wing has been in a lot of stores for a while. If you
I've
go
seen
to
that at
comic
Barnes &
shop,
Noble.
yeah, Barnes & Noble, a lot of comic shops will carry it. That one's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
That one is, I think, one of the better, more streamlined games because everything's painted out of the box. So it's not like I have this horde of bland gray unpainted models, and you have all these beautiful custom hand painted pieces, and it's not as fun because there's not as much imagination on the table.
Yeah.
But X-Wing's really easy to get into. But my wife bought me an air compressor and an airbrush. Our first Christmas together, because I was like, what do you know, we're dating, we're getting to know each other. What do you do? I paint models. You know, I do it by hand. I put on base coats with a rattle can, but I'd really like an airbrush. And, you know, she found one, and it works great. I keep them in my garage.
That's fantastic.
I don't get much time with it these days. You know, the hobby, the dad with a hobby life.
Hey, yes. On that note, dad with a hobby life. So I am an actor.
Yeah.
And this year I have plans to not only be in a couple of films, but make a couple. So if I ever need like something miniature blown up,
Ooh.
maybe we could team up. You know?
I haven't put my painting skills into scenes yet.
I mean,
so I haven't done any buildings yet.
It's time.
It's time.
Yeah,
It's time.
And we'll just buy some M80s and we'll
It's
just
time
blow it
for
to
the paper
smithereens.
mache.
Yeah,
The paper mache must die.
yeah, yeah. Or we could do what Christopher Nolan is making that movie Oppenheimer.
Just buy Dunkirk. Just buy the actual boats and planes.
Yeah. Did you hear how Nolan, like, the nuke in that movie is a practical effect?
Right. Yes.
And like I saw like a behind the scenes about it. They pretty much blew up. They pretty much made a bomb that's not nuclear and blew it up.
that was a good choice on their part.
I'm just like, at what point
Christopher Nolan's on another level.
do you think that like 14-year-old Nolan was like, you know, one day I'm gonna bomb New Mexico for a movie?
Are they filming here?
I imagine they probably are. I don't know. I don't know where they blew up the bomb, but they literally made an explosion to replicate the nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, nobody could get hurt. But like they built a bomb.
Have you been down to the Trinity site?
I have not.
It's pretty impressive. It's open 2 days a year, which for some people who do GPS games on their phone, it becomes
Like geocaching?
so yeah, geocachers, but also it was the one that Niantic made before Pokemon Go. That was their kind of prototype for having a location-based
I gotcha.
game. It was sort of a territory control. Anyway, you'd see these. I went once during undergrad, and you'd see guys, and they've got this like 4-foot antenna just to get signal out, because you're on white sands,
right?
You're on a military installation to get signal down to this site. That way they can play a phone game.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Wow.
The only one I never played Pokemon Go. I played the Harry Potter version.
Yeah.
Wizards Unite.
Yeah.
And I thought that was going to be like the ish. I was like, this is so sick. I was the only one
this
who
is
played.
it.
Yeah.
Just you.
Yeah. I mean, all of my friends at that time were like, I only had church friends at that time. So the amount of people who were also playing this Harry Potter game were very few. Mm-hmm. I'm the college pastor. I'm the college pastor walking around the church trying to find wizards to fight. And the rest of the kids are like, my parents never let me watch it.
Same.
So
Still haven't seen Harry Potter to this day.
eventually I gave up.
I haven't seen. Did you play? What's the new one? What's the new?
Is there another one?
There's a brand new console game.
Hogwarts.
Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
No, I have not played Hogwarts Legacy. The reason for that goes back to the whole dads with a hobby thing.
Yes.
I play so little video games now.
It'd be like
I
that.
bought a PS5. It's sitting right there. I got the PS5 on invitation from Sony. Instead of trying to get it from a scalper, I submitted for an invitation.
Wow.
And then there was a day when Sony sent me an email. It was you can buy a PlayStation tomorrow between 2 and 4 p.m. And I did it. I've barely played on it.
Costco, as of a couple of weeks ago, had them for
The bundles.
$100 off.
Golly.
Yeah.
I saved up
ridiculous.
tips for a year. I paid in cash.
dollar bill.
Well, I
money.
paid in cash. I mean, I put the money in my bank account, and
Yeah.
then I bought
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You turned paper into a spreadsheet.
Exactly. That's exactly what I did. He's so precise. But yeah, I mean, so Jonathan and I, we play Valheim on the computer whenever we get a chance, which is like once a week.
Nice.
I play God of War on the PS4. I'm still playing PS4 games. Here's the funny thing. I'm playing